y'all. So as you can see, because I don't think that I uploaded a video since I've left Cincinnati or Ohio. But I'm back here. I'm back at home. Listen, what I wanted to talk about today is starting over and the fear of being successful. So, about a week ago, actually over a week ago, no, it's been less than a week. It's been about a couple days actually. I watched this video of this girl who was staying at her mom's house after college, and she didn't think that she was gonna be back in her mom's house, and I resonated with that because I didn't think that, like, realistically, in my mind, when I left for Ohio, I never thought I was coming back. I thought that I was about to start my life in Ohio. Like, maybe I don't, stay in Ohio, but I did not think I was coming back to Alabama. So when I never had to come back to Alabama, but when I made the decision to come back to Alabama, it felt like a failure because it felt like I had failed because I did not plan on coming back to Alabama. And that quote, "A failure to plan is a plan to fail," really started to, like, settle on me and, like, germinate. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm almost done. I got an orange though, but I really started to think about what that meant. A failure to plan is a plan to fail, because I started to think, well, you can't plan for everything. Like, realistically, I had a plan for my car. I had a plan for what I was gonna do with my car, like, once it got paid off, everything. Yeah. I have to get into a whole separate video to explain to y'all fully my thought process on what was going on with my car. What was going on with, like, my car. But in essence, I had a plan. So I guess it wouldn't be a good example to use, so I won't. Anyways, I just wanted to say, I'm finding that I am very grateful to be back here, even though it is not what I planned to be doing, even though it was not a part of my plan to be back here with no car and no job and 24 years old. It was not my plan, but I am grateful because with this time and having to be here, I've started to look at it as, like, a redirection, like a true redirection. When I was in Ohio, y'all, I was really struggling. Like, I don't want to say really struggling, because I know that there are way worse ways that it could have gone. But since being here, the fears and the struggle that I had to get used to in Ohio, that I don't even think about most of those things. Like, I have food to eat. I'm not worried about having to spend, like, oh, I got $5, so, either I could eat or I could, get gas. I don't have to worry about either one of them because there's plenty of food here and I don't have a car. So it's like, I don't know. This is the first, like, well, I don't want to say the first time, because, like, honestly, not much has changed here. Since the last time I was here, and really since I left. Not much has changed. More other than like the way that I think about things. Like I literally sat up here and thought like, dude, I have so much stuff. Like I have excess things. Like I'm literally thinking about stuff that I could give away to people. I'm literally thinking about stuff that I have that I do not need. Stuff that I'm literally thinking in what way can I give this stuff away? So I don't know. I'm very excited to be in that mind space, even though I still am doing a lot of work with myself, because I have been feeling like real purposeless. And like I'll find myself just crying because like I'll think like, because I find myself thinking like, what's the point? Like realistically, what's the point? Like yesterday I applied to like, I'm telling y'all, I applied to like probably 20 to 30 places yesterday. I made literally 10 different resumes for different positions, and I got a response from Chick-fil-A, a response back from Chick-fil-A that said, we've decided to pursue another candidate. And I literally started to cry because it was like, damn. I want to go to work. I have things that I need to pay for. I have things that I want to pay for. So I need to go to work. And I'm just frustrated because it feels like all of this is like, I don't know. It feels like all of this is not my fault, even though, like, you know, I want to take accountability for my like, you know, what I can take responsibility for, but like a lot of this feels like it is just, I don't want to say happening to me, but that's what it feels like. It literally feels like, damn. But I also started to feel like all of this is for something. So I feel like it is happening for me, which brings me to this fear of like success, fear of things going well, fear of my life like changing. I sat and talked this out with myself, because I really do be having like, even beyond these YouTube videos, bro, I talk to myself all day long. Especially when I have these times to like be alone, like in my room, and I don't really have to interact with anybody else. I talk with myself a lot, and I got down to the bottom of it. Like I am afraid of my life not being how it normally is. I'm afraid of not being able to be available for things like right now, and in previous times, I have never really had a period in my life where I have to say no to certain things. Like when I really can't do stuff, you know. And so I'm afraid to get into a point in my life where I have responsibilities that, like, real responsibilities that I cannot just be like, oh, well, somebody else, you know, like y'all are gonna have to figure it out because I'm about to be at this concert, or I'm going, I don't care, they're not gonna leave me. I'm afraid that I will get to a point in my life where my friends will call and, you know, I'll actually have something important to do. I'm afraid that I'm not going to, like, I'm afraid that, like, you know, I'm afraid that I'll have real responsibilities to take care of. I'm afraid that I'll have real consequences to my actions. Like, so I don't want to say I've never had real consequences to my actions, because like, babe, I had a car note, so at any point they really could have picked that bad boy up, you know. So I do have responsibilities, but like I don't know. I've never really felt the pressure of my responsibilities ever. Like ever. Ever. Because like even with like my car note and like paying bills, everybody's like, "Oh, your credit score, babe. That's an arbitrary number that I barely look at." Like the last time that I had to deal with like actually using my credit to get me somewhere was when I got a car 2 years ago. So I was like, having like this threat of your credit being ruined is like not real to me. It was not real to me. And plus I also have in my mind, like, your 20s is to ruin your credit. Like at some point, like I feel like mentally, my mind is at a place where like, okay, your credit is going to be bad at some point in your life, or bad at some point in your life. So the best time to be experimental, the best time in your life to be experimental with shit like credit scores is in your 20s. When you are at your healthiest, when you have the most opportunities to fuck around and find out. That's what I am. That's literally how I move through life. It's like, this is the time where I have the most opportunities to fuck around and find out. But my thing is, in having that knowledge that this is, also y'all, I redid my nails. That is, I know. Also, in having this knowledge that this is the time that I have to fuck around and find out, I want to maximize the potential and possibilities of like fucking around and finding out. Like, so I realized like, my fear of success is not also just tied to like, not being able to have the time to do things. It's also tied to not having that. Like I want to be able to try new things, and I want to be able to fail, So what I'm saying right now is I know it's crazy, but like I feel like I don't want a career so bad. Like I don't want to get started on a career right now, because I don't want to eliminate the trial and error period that I've had in my life. Like I don't want to try something in it, like, and that's the thing, is like, I'm like, I don't want to try something that goes well. I want to be able to run around and everything that I touch fails, like, so that I can, I don't know, I have this idea in my mind that I want to be successful, but I also have this idea in my mind that like I want to fail, so that I don't have the responsibility of saying, well, I can, so that I can say, well, I tried, but I don't have the responsibility of saying, I don't have the responsibility of saying, like, I have to do this. This is something that I have to stick with. I like being able to say, well, I tried to do it. Like, this is something that, like, I put my best effort forward, and, energetically, it wasn't a match, I felt like I was trying too hard. And that's the thing, is like, I always like, that's another thing, is like, I feel like I'm like, I don't want to, I feel like I feel like, if I have to try hard at something, I feel like if I have to really, 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 like, even if it, like, with my car efforts and being in Ohio, yes, I could have just dropped the rental car off in Ohio and just, been homeless. But like, I didn't, like, first off, I did not have a place to stay. So, and it's cold as hell. Like, when I tell y'all it's cold as hell in Ohio, it's cold as fuck up there. I didn't have any place to go. I had all of my stuff in my car. So it's just like, I could have lived my life in that way with 2 suitcases and all of my shit in like, you know, a plastic bag. But I don't want to like that is too fucking hard for me. That's hard. And so my thing is like, now I'm really starting to resonate with not struggling. Like, I don't, that would have been struggling out there with 2 damn suitcases, nowhere to go, and my shit in a damn plastic bag. Struggle. Even just trying to find somewhere to get away from Hertz, rental car with my 2 bags and all my shit would have been crazy. Just crazy as hell. So I had to pack it up. And be like, you know, I had to pack it up and be smart about it. Be smart, like, you know, conserve my energy. I'm not trying to, like, I'm also not trying to be, like, my whole thing is I say I want to try all these things. I want to try all these things. I want to do all these things. But I'm not trying to get ran through. I'm not trying to be, you know, I would like to age gracefully. I would like to, you know, have these periods in time when I can really take care of myself and like care about me and put me first. Out there, you can't do shit like that. You cannot, like, you just can't. You don't, like, you know, you just can't. And I found that out, like, you know, it's very hard to have a routine when you don't have a bed, a shower, and somewhere to like get you know, regroup. You know, if all of those places is your, like, is your car, dude, I'm telling you, it's I don't want to say it's hard. It's not, it's really not that hard, but it's just like, it's kind of, it is hard. It is hard because when I had to do it, y'all, mentally, it was draining. That is why I spent very few days staying in my car, because I knew, like, every time that I would have to go to a damn hotel and brush my teeth and like take a bath in the sink, girl, the only thing I was thinking is like, this is so low. This is so low. If somebody wants to come in and find me in here doing this, like, I would literally pack it up and go home right now. I can't. That's embarrassing. They don't even know who I am. They don't even know who I am. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember where I was going with that, y'all. I don't even know. I lost my whole train of thought just trying to tell a story. But my thing is like I don't know. So anyways, let me tell you guys what I have been up to. I have been trying to find a job. Like I said, I put in an application at like 30 different places yesterday. So I'm hoping that I get something back that is something, like, even if it's not something even if it's not something that I am going to do for, you know, a career, months, years, like, I need something so that I can begin to focus on something. However, I also just I was reached out to by this travel agency looking for travel agents. So I did start doing that, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited to learn, you know, all of the perks sound really nice. However, you know, I don't know, I always get like this is like another symptom of my fear of success. It's when I say like this fear of success is also like a fear of failure. Like sometimes I feel like, okay, I don't want to put my money towards something or put my time towards something, because like, what if it turns out to be a waste? Then I've just wasted time and money, you know. But I've also started, like, even with now having to start over and be back here, like I keep calling it starting over from scratch, even though it's not really starting over from scratch, because I have so many stories to tell and so many things that I learned from that experience. So I'm not starting over from scratch. Like I have experience, I have lessons learned. Like that is something, like a period of my life that nobody can ever take from me, period. Like I am forever a changed person because I experienced that. So now it's moving forward. But I invested in this travel agency program. I'm so excited of it because I love to travel. And I think that it's like the perfect lane for me because I like to travel. There's benefits to me traveling. There's benefits of, like, I get benefits of me traveling, which I have to figure that out. Like, all of it's really new to me. I've only ever been a 1099 employee one time for DoorDash. So I'm kind of like worried about that as well. I know that I have a lot to learn. I'm ready to learn. I am that's something I was wanting to bring up, is like I feel like all of this is happening to put me in a place of surrender, like surrendering, because even with like this like I feel like all of this is like putting me in a place of like let go and trust, because all I can do is like put it out into the universe that I want to go to work, and putting it out into the universe that I want to go to work by applying to the jobs that I would like to work at. So like putting forth the effort to even be seen by these people. I feel like that. Oh damn, girl, don't be playing. I feel like that is my efforts. I'm not really. Sometimes I really try to think like, ooh, do more. You could do more. But the thing is like, I don't know what more to do. Like, I haven't left the house in well, 2 days ago I went to the store, but I had to come back because they were only taking cards and I only had cash. So I haven't really left the house in lots of days. I don't know, guys. I'm just like, I'm really, what? I'm literally letting go of it because, I want it to work out. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, girl, what the fuck else has worked out? So honestly, I've been there before. I know what that feels like. So it's not going to be any new or different. But this usually happens when I do something that is like, I was very excited because I had to invest money, and it was money that I had. And so whenever somebody, I always whenever somebody is like, invest in yourself, you need to invest in yourself. That's how they get me. If you want to get me, that's how you can get me. Cause I'm always thinking, well, damn, a bitch like me, you know what? How am I supposed to convince anybody else? How am I supposed to convince anybody else that I'm a bitch that should be paid for? Like, I should be taken care of if I'm not paying for and taking care of myself, So that's all I'm saying is I put forth the money. I had the money to put forth into it. It sounded like something that I really wanted to do, but I always get to this point after investing in myself. It's like not the day after or like, immediately after, but like afterwards I get like this sense of like, was that worth it? Is this actually going to be beneficial to me? Like, did I just waste money that I could have used for something else to, did I do, like, literally, did I just waste my money and waste my time? And that is where I'm at right now. It's like, I really want this to work out. And one thing about me, I know like people will say like, oh, do your research before you get into these things. Like, do your research before you do all these things. But I am a firm believer that, like, when you have your mind, when your mind is like set on something, I don't want to say no matter how much research you do into it, like, you'll find a way to like, whatever it is that you want to do, if it sparked your interest, no matter how much research for me, no matter how much research that I do, if it's something that I really, really want to do, really want to try, and this is the first, this is like an open door of opportunity, saying come in and try it. I'm gonna try it. There is really no, like, sometimes I have to, sometimes, and that's my whole thing, is like, I'm really a fuck around and find out girl. And so my thing is like, you got, either you get burned or you light up. So that's where I'm at right now. Really hoping to that this endeavor goes well. Actually, I really feel like it will go well, because I've already got some really good plans with it, and I'm feeling very confident about what I'm doing. I'm feeling very hopeful. I do feel very motivated. I've already, like, I told myself, like, with all of these things, like, I always tell myself, like, all in. I don't care what it is. We're going all in. You have to give it 100% of your effort, and 100% of my effort, even though everybody will say, like, give 100, give 200, give 300. You need to be giving you need to be giving 3 times what you usually give. The thing is I know me, and I know, like, I know what burnout looks like for me. I know what 100% of my effort looks like. And I know that like, prolonged, if I also, this is my thing. People will say, like, a failure to plan. Babe, I do plan. I plan, because I know I have this time frame. To get something done. So I have this time frame to get something done. So if I was to for every day to wake up, and y'all, I can't even explain to y'all where I'm going right now. Listen to right now, y'all, I am not a motivational speaker. So I am not here to motivate anybody, period. I'm just saying I'm about to put my best foot forward to do, because, like, and also at the same time, y'all, whenever I am at a real low, whenever I am, like, trying to claw myself out of scarcity, out of brokenness and poverty, shit gets real. So I'm like, honestly, I'm not trying to call it. I'm just like, this video, the purpose of this video today is to show you all that, like, everybody always tells me, oh girl, you just do anything, like, you are so brave, like, very much queen energy. Y'all, I be walking around this bitch scared as a I be scared. That's why whenever I do anything, I always be having to tell like minimum 15 people, period. If I'm gonna do something, if I'm gonna have the idea, baby, I'm gonna pitch the well, I don't want to say pitch the idea, because like when I went to Ohio, baby, I told like 3 people and I was out. But the thing is, I knew, but y'all, I'm telling y'all, I just really don't know. I really don't know. Like, I think I'm at a point in my life where nothing that I have done thus far has really like taken root and fully panned out. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of scared that I'm like teetering this line of being a purposeless member of society. So I don't know. I just want to be I really just want to be a good citizen, able to give back to the other members of my community, participate in, I want to be able to participate in things. I want to be able to like, ooh, that is so gross. I'm so sorry, y'all. That was nasty. I want to be able to participate in things, and but I also refuse to continue to live my life like a fucking loser. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going, like, I realized like in the past year, I realized I like literally last year, I was such a fucking loser. Such a loser. And I realized like in that last year I was a loser, and in the years before that I didn't think I was a loser, but I was a loser. Like, babe, I cannot continue to operate in the frequency of a loser, because I'm not a loser. I am not a loser. So I can't continue to act and operate like a loser. I'm not going to. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. If you're looking to travel, hit me up.